Kieran Cavanagh is an award-winning producer. Currently his show Rhythm of the Dance is playing to full houses across the UK. Now there's a last chance to catch the dance and music extravaganza. Dates still to come are 20th of November, the Regent Christchurch, the Assembly Hall Tunbridge Wells, the Hexagon Reading, the Congress Theatre Eastbourne, the Octagon in Yeovil, and the grand finale is in the Regent Stoke-on-Trent. Kieran Cavanagh joins me now to tell us what to expect. Kieran, a warm welcome.
Good afternoon, Jerry, and great to talk to you.
You know, Kieran, the longevity of the rhythm of the dance is incredible. You've been touring with the show for 22 years with various adjustments and improvements evolving each year.
Absolutely, and only today I was dealing with a few emails that came in from promoters across Europe, in Scandinavia and Germany, and they were booking the show, believe it or not, for 2024. And I had to remind them that it was the show's 25th anniversary in 2024, and I had to pinch myself. I couldn't believe it myself, but I'm now prepping what will be our 25th anniversary year for tours in 2024. But yes, we've been going around the world since 1999. We started in March 99, and we have played in 47 countries across the globe and all continents. So it's been quite a trip.
Wow. It goes without saying that the very best exponents of dance, song, traditional music take to the stage. But when I spoke to you with your lead male dancer and choreographer, Dane McKiernan from County Meath, he told me that behind the show there's been a team with impeccable credentials, for example, your set and costume designers.
Yes, I mean, I tend to every year to keep the production values up, and we bring in professional designers of not only the set scenery. I bring in a lighting designer. We bring in even sound designer and recording, just to bring the show to a level that keeps us, I suppose, up there in the top. I would like to think we're up there in the top 3 shows in the world, and that is a challenge in itself, because you have to keep it fresh for the fans, because we tour a lot of repeat markets. Let's say we go into Germany every year, Holland every year, UK every year, and a lot of people, and America every year. A lot of people ask, is there anything new? And we like to say yes, there are 3 or 4 new pieces. There's new lighting, so the show keeps evolving. It's if you've seen the show 10 years ago, 5 years ago, it's unrecognizable to what you see today.
Now, many of our listeners, some dancers themselves, have seen the show and have been really, really impressed about it. Kira Toll dances with the George Ferguson School in Liverpool. She told us that it was a sellout and just absolutely brilliant, as she posted on her Instagram and Facebook stories. You must be pleased that the Yours is a show that can be enjoyed from the very young right through to, shall we say, the more mature people.
Well, it's very gratifying and satisfying, Jerry, when sometimes I go out and visit the show, and that can be anywhere from, England, it can be Germany, it can be America. But when you're in the lobby of the theatre and you see the people coming, and it's like, it's like a Disney audience. They can be 8 to 80. In terms of age, and you'll see a whole family of 5 or 6 coming with, the 4 children of various ages and the mum and dad, and then at the interval you'll see the kids tapping in the lobby on the tiles or whatever. And I get a great kick out of that, actually, to see, kids of that age, maybe they're 8 or 10 years of age, completely foreign to Irish dance, trying to do the taps, on wood or something in the lobby at the intermission, and it's very satisfying to see.
Indeed, it must be. Now, the Irish Post review said the up-to-date beats and a fusion of styles, including the fun and flirtatious soft shoe pieces from the female dancers, contrasting with the intensity of the male hard shoe routines, added a memorable dimension to the dynamics of the production and culture of the music and dance. That's pretty high praise, Kieran.
It's lovely, and it's great to see it, and so gratifying. I mean, yeah, there is the soft shoe, of course, and there's some beautiful pieces with the girls in soft shoes, because you can't keep the heavy shoe going all night. There's got to be a little bit of light and shade, number one, for the audience, and most importantly for the dancers to give their legs and shins a breather. and then you have this lovely balance of soft shoe pieces coming in. And of course, we have a lot of emphasis in Rhythm of the Dance on live music, and I always carry a cracking band. They're always fantastic musicians, which gives all dancers a break. So, but for the audience, it's a little bit of everything. They get the dancing, of course, is what they come to see, but also when you give them fantastic Irish music played at the highest standard, they love it. They love it.
Indeed. Now, Kieran, you must have a very big cast since you're well into the tour and still have dates to come. By the way, you can see irishradio.org or just go to rhythmofthedance.com. The male dancers exude energy and the female dance captain and our supporters with some fantastic grace and precision. The exceptional musicians, as you mentioned there, the sort of drive, the athleticism of the dance. Presumably it must all take careful planning to keep everyone fit and to rotate the cast if necessary.
It does. I'm very fortunate that, and it's unusual, I suppose, Jerry, in Irish dance touring shows. I'm very fortunate that I managed to keep a core cast almost year in, year out. You mentioned Dane McKiernan there. He's in his 16th year with the show, which is most unusual. He's 34 years of age, still dancing, still going out there doing a hell of a job as lead male dancer, choreographer, and artistic director. And I would have a core there of at least 12, 14 of our 26 cast that are with me year in, year out until they no longer can maybe dance, physically dance. And that is a huge help when you're going out on tour, because our pre-production phase, as we would call it, which is where we address the costuming, the scenery, and also, of course, rehearsing and getting the show to the best, highest level we can. That can take a month before we hit the first show. So in other words, we would be in rehearsals for anything up to a month, usually no more than a month, to get everything correct before we hit the road. Yeah.
Wow, that's a lot of preparation. The show is 2 hours long with an interval, but we're told that the time absolutely flies. Now, further feedback from our audience who have seen the show in St Albans, Dartford, and Liverpool is that it's very varied. Some dancers on stage almost the whole time are supported by a fiddle player, Nisha Carty, whose experience and expertise on the fiddle shone through, as did that of Michael Gaffney on the bowron. Soloists Georgia Donovan and Laura Doherty got a great reception. Now, the ballad Caledonia was a high point. Kieran, it seems that the sum of the parts all sort of comes together to create an outstanding show.
Yeah, I think it's carefully crafted. I mean, I always say to Dane when we're discussing the creative side of the show, you got to give the audience a breather, but don't let them go to sleep. You got to give them a little breather. You can't keep up the frantic pace all night. But, it's light and shade. And I think we've a great mix of heavy shoe, light shoe, music, and song throughout the evening, which gives that finely tuned balance of, at the end of the day, entertainment. It's all about entertaining your audience. That's what they paid for, and they deserve us to give them the best night's entertainment we possibly can and the best show we possibly can. And that's what we endeavour to do.
Now, everybody enjoys some facts and figures. You've already mentioned to us numerous of the countries where the Rhythm of the Dance has performed. How many viewers have you racked up, whether in person or streamed? It must be phenomenal.
Yeah, well, I would think that if I really sat down and really knuckled down and did the sums, Jerry, we would have played, I guess, to nine or at least 9, 10 million people over the 23 years. I remember on the turn of the millennium doing, we got an 8-minute slot in Shenzhen city in China on national television, which was acts invited from all over the world. And the reputed TV audience for that was 750 million viewers. So that was phenomenal. And hence the show is, I'm not saying a household name in China, but we get invited there every other year and we're known there. So in TV terms, that would have been for sure our biggest TV audience. But a live audience that have come to see us over all these years, I would put it between 9 and 10 million, yeah.
That is remarkable. Now, there's still time to catch Rhythm of the Dance. See our website, www.irishradio.org, for the link, or go to the website, www.rhythmofthedance.com. Kieran, thank you for joining me, and onwards and upwards with the show.
It's always a pleasure, Jerry. And again, thank you so much for all you do to support not only Rhythm of the Dance and Daniel O'Donnell, but Irish acts in general. It's great to have your support there.